It's Monday, and we are live again. This is the fourth one, and as you can see, the day has run away with me. Usually I do this in my lunch hour or in the morning, but yeah, it's been one of those days, and so I'm super excited because I've got to do this video, and I'm excited about what we're going to chat about today. So, let's jump right into it. What I want to chat about today is momentum. It's an interesting thing, and it's weird again how these things just come into my mind as life happens. And so, momentum. As a child, I was often, and I use this term lightly, accused of being a dreamer. People wouldn't say it necessarily in a positive sense, like, oh yeah, that's Mark, he's a dreamer. What are you going to do to, whatever it may have been in that time of my life. And there were a lot of things that I wanted to do. I remember at one stage I got into boxing, and I wanted to be a boxer. And my dad bought me all the gear, and I had the theme song, which was probably Eye of the Tiger from Rocky or something like that. And but I wasn't prepared to put the work in. I wasn't prepared to make this thing happen. But I learned over the years that that's what I needed to do. And there were lots of things that I dreamed of doing, and never really felt like I had what it took until later on in my life. And so that's what I want to talk about as well regarding momentum. Momentum creates momentum. And so there were lots of things I wanted to do as a dreamer. And oftentimes I felt very insignificant. I felt like I didn't have what it took to achieve the dreams that I had. I'm one of those people that believe that things happen for a reason. Not everything, but most things happen to teach us a lesson, and there is good that can come out of it. And one thing that I learned, and that someone said to me once, and we hear these things all the time, these little cliche comments that I heard was, life is a journey, and we need to find our puzzle pieces. And that got me thinking, each one of us is a piece of a puzzle. And I heard a talk once where someone said, if you had 1,000-piece puzzle and you put this together, you took the time to build this puzzle, but there was one piece missing, would you put that puzzle on the wall proudly? And I said, no. And they said, well, you've got 999 pieces. You've gone through all that work, but there's one piece that's missing. What difference does it make? And I said, well, because it's not complete. And that is exactly the point. The point is that you are a puzzle piece. There's 7 billion people on the earth, but each puzzle piece is individual. It's a different shape, it's a different size, and that's exactly what you are. And without you, it's not complete. So, there are 3 things that go with, as one of them being this dreaming thing. It's first dreaming, and it's a good thing to dream, of being better, of being who we're supposed to be. But the second thing is belief. And belief is believing that you have a purpose and a plan, and that you're a part of this whole thing, and that you as an individual, without you, the whole plan would not be complete. The things that we want to do and the things that are happening around us would not function correctly if that piece was not there. It wouldn't be complete. And then the third thing, which is the hardest one, is trust. And we need to learn to trust ourselves, trust the journey, trust the steps that we take to get our dreams to become a reality in our lives. And then that's kind of been the topic for me on my head in my head at the moment. As I said, these videos are not scripted. There's no filters. There's nothing. So a lot of this stuff is me kind of rambling, and I may not make sense. So just bear with me, but I'll get there. But I want to talk about something very, very important around dreaming, believing, and trust. Trusting in ourselves and trusting in the steps that we need to take will bring us to our eventual goal. The difference between just dreaming and making it a goal and making it a reality is the belief part in the purpose that we have, 1, and 2, the trust that we actually are going down the right road. And even if we're not going down the right road, we'll find the road we're meant to be on. The next thing is setting real expectations. I talked last week about loving ourselves and how difficult that is, surrounded by media and social media and TV and all of those things telling us that we should be critical of ourselves. And so that makes it difficult because, we have these dreams, we have these goals, we set them really, really high and almost unrealistic to hit. So it's really, really important it's really important to set real expectations, really real expectations for ourselves, even if it's a small thing, to achieve those things, because momentum creates momentum. The more you get results, whether it is weight loss, whether it is studying, whether it is with your work, whether it is whatever it is, the more momentum we create, the more momentum is generated. So that is an incredible way to do it, really. And so kind of all around this, and again, going back to the point of us trying to be the best human beings that we can be, one of the things that has come up in my mind is the thing that Ellen says at the end of every show, and I know that sounds cheesy, but she says, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And I thought about that, and I thought about how that can come across really cheesy, but the reality is that it relates to last week's video about loving ourselves and about stopping the criticism. Let's take it to the next step. You can't give what you don't have, right? So if that being the premise, we can't give what we don't have, we have to be kind to ourselves before we can be kind to others. And what I've learned is every time that we choose to venture out and, perform random acts of kindness, we get praised, really. We get valued for the things that we're supposed to be valued for, and that feels good. And again, creates momentum in our lives over and over and over again. So, the other thing that it does is it starts to retrain our brains in a way to look for the good in other people and in ourselves. Again, it starts with ourselves. If we look for what we're good at, what we want to achieve, what we're trying to achieve, in that way, we start to see it in other people. We're kind to people and they're kind back to us. So that is something that's really, really important. And what goes inside of this. So again, just to recap what I was saying, because it's a little bit random, but dream is a great thing. To dream of being the best you that you can be is what you're supposed to do. But what goes hand in hand with dreaming is believing that you have a purpose, that you have a plan, that you're here for a reason, and then the trust in yourself and the steps that you're going to take to make that dream a reality. One of the biggest objections that we get when we dream, when we believe, when we trust, is doubt, self-doubt, and people who criticize us, because that's the way that life works. And what I've learned is that the most important thing to do with doubt is have the conversation with whoever or whatever is holding you back from doing what you're meant to do. Sometimes that may be your family, sometimes that may be your spouse, sometimes that may be yourself. It might be a conversation in the mirror, which often these live videos are for me, is a conversation in the mirror. It's preaching to the choir. Having that conversation, very often we build up this idea in our head of how people are going to criticize us or are going to hold us back or are going to have an issue with whatever it is we're trying to achieve. But having that conversation with those people often just clears the air, and actually you find out that most people are supportive of what you want to do, who will help you to maybe think about it from a different perspective. And so that is something that's absolutely important in terms of living your dreams and creating the opportunity. For me, I found my dream of wanting to be a musician at a very young age. I got really, really encouraged to get involved. I did, from literally grassroots level, carrying cables, going on tours and getting dirty and learning from the inside out. And the reality is that the biggest reason for me holding myself back from what I wanted to do was insecurity and fear. And when I ventured out and got what I wanted, when I ventured out and started to believe that I had what it took to go and get my dreams, it may not be as big as I expected in the beginning, but setting real expectations and doing it for the right reasons made it all worth it. I hope this has been helpful for you. It's a short video. Like I said, the day got away with me, and I really, really appreciate all of your comments and likes and all of those kind of things. I want to say hey to everyone that's on here. Maxine, hi. Michelle, hi. Kirsten, hi. Andy, hi again. I hope that this has been helpful. Today has been a little bit all over the place, but another noise in these videos. But I wanted to just say again, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for watching these videos. I hope that they're helping you. If there's anything that you want to talk about, please comment in these videos. You can message me directly, you can direct message me, or you can, like I said, comment, and I'd be happy to address whatever we can. The response from these videos has been absolutely overwhelming. It blows my brain that I can help people and can just share what's on my mind, and people, just love it. So really appreciate you guys. Two things I want to leave you with today. One, it's okay to dream. Just believe and just trust. Two, have the conversation with yourself or anybody else that holds you back from what you want to be. And three, never, ever live your life regretting what you didn't do. Hope this has been helpful. Really, really appreciate you guys. Let me know what you think. We'll see you next Monday.